Grazie. Right, let's have a look at toki, meaning when. So just a quick refresher of the timing of actions. So the part one of timing was using nagara. So this meant doing two things at the same time. One person doing two things. So the subjects, of course, have to be the same. You can't multitask with one person doing one thing and one person doing the other thing. That's not multitasking. That's single tasking with two people. So this means multitasking when we have nagara. Part two was doing doji ni, which meant this time the subjects didn't have to be the same. These were two occurrences that happened at the same time. Now, compared to nagara, nagara usually means for a significant duration, doing something for a significant duration. Doji ni, though, kind of meant, well, it's kind of instantaneous, two things happening at the same time, like walking through a door or something like this, blowing a car up, falling off a train, falling off a building, strangling yourself with a shower hose. These are all things that should take a short period of time if you do it properly. Okay, so toki literally means time. It's the same kanji as hour and a clock, which is this one here. Ji, which is made up of, I thought, quite an easy way to remember it. This is the sun, and this is a temple. So if you think that people told the time by the way the sun was passing over the top of the temple and casting a shadow, then you can think, well, that's what o'clock means. Okay, so the construction is we have the time reference as a verb, adjective, or noun, toki, and then an outcome. Now, let me just kind of make this really, really simple. Any kind of time reference means at the moment of X, Y happened. Okay, so we're talking about two different events. We're saying at the same time that X happened, Y happened. Okay, otherwise we could just say it happened in the evening, it happened at 4 o'clock. We don't need toki in that case because we're just pointing at a time reference. Now, if we have an adjective here or a noun, we should leave this in the plain form, not in the plain, not in the past tense, but in the present tense, because these don't need to be inflected for time. Okay, and then verbs, this verb here, for example, this time reference, should be in the plain form with it can be affirmative or negative, or in the past or in the present. And should be used in reference to the outcome. We'll come to that reference to the outcome in just a second. Let's think of toki as actually being a noun that's modified by the adjectives. For example, to say when it was hot, we would say atsui toki, like saying hot time. Or when I am free, hima na toki, this means free time. And chisai toki, which means small time, means when I was small, when I was smaller. And then for noun references, where we have a noun in this position here, then we need to put a no between the noun and toki. So byoki no toki, byoki means illness, so byoki no toki means when I was ill or when I am ill, depending on what the verb afterwards is. Gakusei no toki, this means when I was a student, gakusei meaning student. So these are fairly easy to do. So for example, let's do some little exercises now. Kim, how would you say, before
you continue, for the last part with the noun references, you say past or recurring for byoki,
yep.
And gakusei past. Could you use gakusei no toki speaking as a child when I will be a student? Could that be used as well?
Yeah, you can use it for future tense as well.
Thank you.
So as you asked that question, Piotr, you can say, when I am a 7th Dan, I will be a bastard. No, I will become even kinder.
7段の時に
You don't need ni.
Just 7の時
Yeah.
もう優しい、sorry、優しくなります。
もっと優しくなります。
もっと優しくなります。
Yeah, good. Okay. Constantina, how would you say, when I was a university student, I studied biology?
Okay. I went to university. Gakusei is the student. Don't remember the university.
So if Gakusei is a student of a normal school, a university is a big school. So it's what kind of school is it? What's the word for big?
Okay.
Oki, but in the
Daigaku?
Daigaku. So a university student would be
大学の、学生
Yep, but the gaku of Daigaku and the gaku of Gakusei are the same.
Same.
So you could say just
大学の時
no. Daigakusei no toki. Daigakusei.
学生の時
So a university student is a Daigakusei.
学生 Okay, 大学生 Okay.
Okay.
大学生の時 biology, I don't remember.
Is seibutsugaku. Seibutsugaku.
生物学を学びました
Yeah, okay.
学ぶ
Manabimashita. Manabimashita. Okay. So you notice, guys, that neither Piotr nor Konstantina, when they said when I am a seventh Dan and when I was a student, that particular subclause, there was no way of knowing if this was in the future or the past, was it? So Piotr just said nanadan no toki. Konstantina just said daigakusei no toki. There's no future or past from this bit. It's only on the second part you get to hear whether it happens in the future or the past. Is that okay, everybody? Excellent. So the entire kind of announcement of when this thing happens, when this reference takes place, is only dictated by the second part of the sentence, the second subclause. Okay, that's the thing you now need to keep in your head. Okay, now when we have verbs, this is the bit that throws the hand grenade into the pond. When we have verbs being used as a time reference, we want to be clear if we're saying, okay, let's be really careful here. We've got 5 slides coming up to clarify this single point. So don't worry too much if this doesn't happen straight away, if this doesn't register straight away. Okay, here's this is Momi Sensei, and he's flying to Japan from the UK for some reason, I don't know why. And he says, when I go to Japan, I fly from Heathrow. Okay, now this little phrase here has got a couple of time references. It's got more than one tense in it. This is saying when I go to Japan, not when I have arrived in Japan. It means before I go to Japan, before this going takes place, I fly from Heathrow. So this second part here, I fly from Heathrow, is saying this whole event happens on a regular basis because it's in the future tense, isn't it? You could also be saying when I go to Japan next week, I will fly from Heathrow. This sentence form would be the same in Japanese as just saying on a regular basis, whenever I go to Japan, I fly from Heathrow. So
the only difference would be the next week, the addition of the actual time at which you will fly.
Yeah, so you could say raishu for next week, or you could say itsumo, meaning every time, or maikai, and then this makes it clear that you're saying every time I do this, this is what I do. Yeah. And then he then says, when I'm flying to Japan, I watch movies. So now this has got another kind of pair of tenses in it. It's saying when I'm flying to Japan, So during the process of flying to Japan, I watch movies. This is also saying I do something on a regular basis. So again, if I started the sentence with maikai, which means every time, maikai nihon ni tonderu toki eiga o mimasu. So this is saying every time I do this, this is happening on a regular basis. And then finally, he said, when I arrived in Japan, I went to Tokyo. Now this is again another pair of tenses. This is saying after the process of flying to Japan had taken place, after I had gone, I then went to Tokyo. So this is now saying after the event, and this happened in the past. This whole thing happened in the past. So the problem with this toki and having a verb before it is that you've got two shifting tenses. Now the first one, the one that's happening just here, is simply saying whether this verb is incomplete, is being completed, or has been completed. The tense of this verb. It's just saying, have I already done that verb? Was I in the process of doing that verb, or had that verb already been completed? So it's probably best not to think of this as being, this verb here as being in the future, the present continuous, or the present future tense. You should think of it as being not yet complete, being completed, and completed. Is that okay? Everybody got me so far? Constantine, are you smashing your head
at the time of the outcome, right?
Yes, yeah, exactly, at the time of the outcome. Yeah. You okay, Constantina? You look like you're about to smash your head against the table. Good? Oh, good. Okay, cool. So let's just translate this now. Nihon ni iku toki, hiso kara tobimasu. So this means whenever I go to Japan, before I fly to Japan, I should say, before this has been completed, before iku has been completed, I always fly from Heathrow. Okay, so it's basically saying before flying, I will be at Heathrow. This one is saying Nihon ni tondeiru toki eiga o mimasu, which means this tobu, to fly. When I'm in the process of flying, when I'm actually on the plane, I always watch movies. And then finally, this one here, when I arrived in Japan, I went to Tokyo. Nihon ni tsuita toki, Tokyo ni ikimashita. So when I arrived in Japan, tsuita, when the going to Japan had happened, so this could be itta, could be iku and itta, toki, Tokyo ni ikimashita. I then went to Tokyo. I'm going to eat a piece of chocolate and just make sure that you've all feel happy. Nom nom nom. Oh, I can see the majestic moose dance. Okay, what's this? Oh, that looks nice.
Of course, chocolate.
Ah, looks like a really posh chocolate. I'm eating the cheapest cooking chocolate that you can buy from Tesco's, and very nice it is too. Oh, look at that! Very pretty. Is it Irish? Okay. So the tense of this verb here and the tense of this verb here are completely independent from each other. They can be, that they're not fixed. You have to think about what's happening in reference to what when we make this sentence. So just to summarize then, think about when exactly the event takes place, and try not to think too specifically in your own language, as it may be misleading. For example, in English, we would say, when I meet my friend, I always shake his hand. But in Japanese, we'd normally say, once I have met my friend, once we've actually smashed into each other in the street, then I always shake his hand. So this wouldn't be ao toki. In Japanese, this would often be atta toki or atteiru toki, when I'm meeting him or when I have actually met him, when I've now bumped into him. So this means that you actually have to meet up with him before you shake his hand. Now, I've treble starred this because the first time we went through this created quite a lot of discussion. And the reason is, and the same thing would happen in Japanese as well, when does a meeting actually start? Is it when you first see each other from 50 meters down the road, walking towards each other? Or is it when you come within talking distance to each other? Or is it when you become within shaking hand distance to each other? Or is it when you've actually collided with each other and now got two broken noses? When does the meeting start? Well, it's subjective, isn't it? So quite often you might hear this rule being broken, but we'll come to the point in a second where this is important. Let's look through another set of examples just to really hammer this home. So we've got three situations of a plane landing. Chakuriku suru toki is when the plane is about to land, when it's in the kind of landing, the approaching process. Not actually landed yet, but about to land. Chakuriku suru toki. This is in the future tense, which means it hasn't yet been completed. And then when it touches down, hi Joseph.
Hey, hey.
Still in Belgium?
No, I moved.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yatta, yatta.
いやー、できました。
あ、よかった。新しい家から見てますね。
はい。
おー、おめでとう、おめでとう。どうでした？
ありがとうございます。ちょっと、まだまだです。
ちょっとは OK です。
はい。
ちょっとね。はい。
ちょっと。
あ、よかった、よかった。So 着陸しているとき, this is now the present continuous tense. This means when the wheels just touch the floor, bang. So this is the actual moment of landing. And then 着陸したとき means after the plane has landed, when the landing thing has been, when the wheels touching the floor bit has been completed. Okay. So if we think of, so remember that these three events can all happen in the past or can all happen in the future. You could say when the plane, talking about a past event when you flew before the plane landed. You can talk about the past when the plane was touching down. You can talk about in the past tense when the plane had landed. Or you could talk about all these in the future, couldn't you? Yeah, you're talking about a future trip. So let's go through some of these, for example. So here's a sentence. 着陸するとき、シートベルトを締めます。Let's think about what this means. 着陸するとき, which means when the plane is about to land, not actually landing, but before this landing takes place, シートベルトを締めます. You should put your seatbelt on. I don't know why I'm pulling it over my shoulder. You don't wear it over your shoulder, do you? Or if you said シートベルトを締めました, this now means we put our seatbelt, when the plane was about to land, we put our seatbelts on. So this was talking about that in the past, the whole event's happening in the past, right? With me so far?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Kim, you okay?
But that doesn't change, like in the, like you said, in the time reference in the first part. So it's again
Right.
the second part that is really determining the time.
Exactly.
Moment. Or
Yes.
so.
It actually dictates when this event took place.
Right.
Purely the tense of the second verb. The second verb. Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
because
exactly.
when you were not showing the examples, only the airplane pictures, you said we can say all these things in a past, present, and a future tense.
Right.
So I was trying to say the chakuriku suru in a past tense, but that's not needed.
You can't. You can't. It's impossible to say at that moment.
Voilà.
Only until you've said the second subclause
Voilà.
can you know when it happens. Yeah.
Voilà. Voilà.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So, Tom, go ahead.
Wasn't it when we had this lesson, you also said to us it was better to think not yet completed or completed instead of thinking in times.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah. I said that. I've already said that actually, Tom.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
That's great. So chakuriku shiteru toki, when the wheels actually hit the floor, when the plane is exactly landing, okina oto ga demasu. This means it makes a loud noise. It makes a loud noise. So this is in the future tense now. So this means when the plane actually lands, it makes a loud noise. This is talking about the future or regular occurrence. But if you said chakuriku shite iru toki, okina oto ga demashita, this now throws the entire event into the past. This now means when the plane actually landed, it made a loud noise. And then just to continue that train of thought, so this is now after the plane has landed. Chakuriku shita toki, and then seatbelt o hazushimasu. We take off our seatbelts. When the plane has landed, we take off our seatbelts. Or seatbelt o hazushimashita. We took off our seatbelts. So again, this is now forcing the entire event into the past.
Can you use a verb with a duration in the second part?
To make a shite iru, you mean? Like a continuous
Yes.
present continuous tense?
Yes. Well, like when the wheels are touching, when the airplane is landing,
Yeah.
it is making a lot of noise. It is making a lot of noise.
So the only thing is that if you put this second part into the present continuous tense, it means now.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. But that's also an option.
Just a second.
Let's say you'd be on the phone with a friend and it's landing and it's making a lot of noise.
Yeah. But so I'm just trying to think about how you'd report this, because this is now happening right now, and the necessity to report this as an event is now kind of lost.
And then you maybe use doji ni.
Yeah. Although I'm trying to think of there's no grammatical rule that says you can't have this bit in the present continuous tense, but I'm trying to think of an example sentence which would make sense.
A reporter covering some news. As we're standing here, they're shooting in the back, whatever. Things
Okay,
like that.
let's think of this then. So, koku ni tatteru toki, ushiro ni rifle hanareteru. Yeah, I suppose you could, but I just think that you'd probably use, for that sort of case, Piotr, you'd probably use aida ni, meaning while I'm standing here, something is happening, rather than toki, which is kind of pointing towards another time in another time in the timeline. Yeah. If I can sort of get us out of this funk, I think I'm not saying you can't, but I don't think you'll ever come across an example when you use it.
So toki ni is more like a storytelling.
Yes, it's reporting on an event that was going to happen in the future or has happened in the past.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you might sometimes hear people saying toki ni. Now, generally for all of these examples so far, we don't need to use toki ni. The only time we use toki ni is to give emphasis that is the time when you do something. For example, if you say kaimono shite iru toki ni keitai de podcast o kikimasu. This means it is when I'm shopping that I listen to podcasts. So it's trying to emphasize it's when I do this that this happens. If you compare that with not using ni, kaimono shiteru toki, keitai de podcast o kikimasu, this just means when I'm shopping, I listen to podcasts. So it's giving the emphasis on the listening to podcasts rather than the when I'm shopping.
Yeah, so nararan toki ni was correct in this case, because until then, I mean, fuck it all, right?
It is when I'm a seventh dan I'll become. You're saying it is when I'm a seventh dan I will become a nicer person.
Yeah,
It means not now.
exactly.
Right? It makes it exclusive. Not now. Yes. Yeah.
Don't rely on that.
Okay. Right. So
So
we
then
also,
the ni is really like the first part is like between brackets, and that's a time reference. And then you use ni.
so what sorry, are you asking what ni does in
Well,
particular?
yes.
So it makes it exclusive. It means that
Yes.
it is when I'm shopping only
At
that
that
I'm listening to
moment
podcasts.
or that
Yes,
period. Yeah.
only. Yeah, no other time. Or in particular, this time rather than any other time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this first sentence here, kaimono shiteru toki ni keitai de podcast o kikimasu, this suggests that you don't listen to podcasts at any other time except when you're shopping. Yeah. Okay. Any questions so far, guys? Everybody more or less okay? We've got 2 more slides to hammer the same point home. Right. 3 more slides. So what time is it? I don't want to spend too much time on this. It's half an hour gone already. So here's just an example, because you might hear some people kind of misusing this this grammar about using toki, but it's really clear in this from this book, which is written by linguistic specialists. Let's look at the example here. Eki ni tsuita toki, denwa o shimasu kara, sochira kara mukai ni kite kurimasen ka? Which means once we've arrived at the station, I'll call, so can you come and meet us? But this is eki ni tsuita toki. So this doesn't mean I have arrived at the station. It means when I have arrived at the station, I will call you to come and meet us. So this is talking about the future tense, even though this is tsuita here. Is that okay?
Yeah. You have to arrive first before you give that phone call.
Right. Exactly. Yes. And this will happen in the future. In any case, yes. So there's a really good 2 examples at the bottom here. Nihon ni kuru toki, kukou de kaimashita. And Nihon ni kita toki, kukou de kaimashita. So this means while coming to Japan, I bought it at the airport, which means the airport outside of Japan, the one you left from. For example, with Momi Sensei's case, this means I bought it at Heathrow. But Nihon ni kita toki, when I had arrived in Japan, kukou de kaimashita, this means I bought it in Japan at Narita Airport or Tokyo Airport, whichever. Alles gut? Alles klar? Yeah? Okay, so guys, maybe not all of you have been to classes this week. If you're absolutely happy to proceed, you have to give me some kind of visual indication. Now, Piotr's got a kind of the majestic moose, or you can do walk like an Egyptian. Whichever you want to do. Jock, you can just zap me on the Nanadan mental network. the telepathy network.
Is that mental with the connotation, or just, psychic?
Well, I don't like to say this, but the reason why Jock normally only keeps his head in the frame is because he's got a straitjacket on underneath.
With a nice glass of Chianti, yes.
Yes, yeah. Have you noticed how white his walls are? That's because you can only get cushion in white. Okay, so this will be this is the penultimate slide on this. So let's just quickly think about this. these are all past events, these are future events, these are present events. And then an event might happen in the past, an event might be happening now, an event might happen in the future. Whether you're making a reference regarding it happening before, during, or after the verb happens before toki, and then whether the whole event happens in the past, present, or future happens after toki.
It's so confusing that the gradient is the other way around than the colors of the.
Shift now. Don't look at this too much. Look at the letters. Look at the letters. What's this? Don't double up time reference.
So you think about it more, Kyoto.
Yeah. Why has he done it like that? Don't double up time references means if you say sanji ni at 3 o'clock, you don't need to say sanji no toki. 3 o'clock is already a time reference. You don't need to say gogatsu no toki at the time of May. You just say gogatsu ni or raishu ni or ashita, kino, kyo. You don't need to say ashita no toki when it is tomorrow. You just say ashita. Okay, let's do this final example. When I was drinking my coffee, a pigeon flew into the room. When I was drinking my coffee, a pigeon flew into the room. So the question we need to ask is, did this, the pigeon flying into the room, happen before, during, or after the drinking of the coffee? And this will then tell you how to construct the sentence. So let's work this way. Kim, Andre, if the pigeon flew into the room before you drank your coffee, what would you say?
コーヒーを飲むとき、ハヤが部屋に、
Let's use 飛び込む。
飛び込みます。
So this happened in the past, though. It flew into the room.
飛び込みました。
Good, yes. コーヒーを飲むとき、鳩が部屋に飛び込みました。Tom, how would you say a pigeon flew into the room while I was drinking my coffee?
コーヒーを飲んでいるとき、鳩部屋に飛び込みました。
Yes, perfect, good. And Jock, how would you say when I had drunk my coffee, a pigeon flew into the room?
コーヒーを飲んだとき、鳩が部屋に飛び込んできた。
Very good, excellent. Okay, no problem there then. Any questions, guys? Excellent. Let's try some examples. Sorry, Constantine, this is like your third time of doing it this week, isn't it? Sorry.
In general, I think it's the fourth or the fifth time.
And I just keep wondering why you keep coming back for more.
Masochism.
Constantine-chan, 最初どうぞ。
Wait a minute, if I sit on the table. 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 Table.
食べる食べる。はい。Easy to remember, huh?
食べるとき、
Good.
テーブルにで、しています。
But this is talking about a regular event.
座る?
Yeah, 座る. Good.
Should we always put it on plain forms, or is it acceptable even the 座ります?
So this one here should be in the plain form
Mm.
all the time, whether it's past, present, or past, present, continuous, or future tense. This depends on who you're talking to. In this class now, for the Sunday sessions, you guys I consider to be all advanced speakers So you can decide to put it in polite or plain form. I don't care. Kim, you look confused. Are you not familiar with the concept of liberty?
No, I was just making a new sentence because I was thinking of, okay, when you eat, but eating is actually something you do during a duration. So, but then the English sentence would be also different.
Sure.
Then you will say when I am eating.
Yeah.
I sit at the table.
Right. So actually, in this case, there's a fairly blurry line between present continuous and future tense. You could probably say tabete iru toki. When I'm eating, I sit at the table.
And then I was thinking about the difference in the meaning, and actually, I don't see a difference in meaning.
There isn't really one, to be honest. I mean,
that was my look.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure that there is even this much detail in each of these sentences. But if you could infer a difference, I would suggest that this one means that you sit at the table first, and then dinner arrives, like somebody serves it up for you. So you're already sitting there. Whereas this one, you could imagine means you pick up your dinner, go to the table, go to the table, sit down, and begin eating. But I don't even think that these sentences even contain this much detail, really. I think they're pretty much interchangeable. Yeah. Joseph, when I'm eating, I like to watch television. Have you still got no furniture?
Oh, it's a mess. Trust me. Started unpacking. 食べているとき。
食べているとき。Yep.
テレビを見るのが好きです。
Perfect. のが好きです。Excellent. Well done. Again, this one. 食べるとき probably also would work fine, wouldn't it? 食べるとき. Yeah. When I eat, I like to watch television. Doesn't make too much difference, really. Good. Jock, when I finish eating, I put my dirty plates in the dishwasher. And then she normally complains about it. Ha ha!
食べ終わるとき。
Careful here. Owaru doesn't automatically mean that this has now been completed.
食べ終わったとき。
Yes, good, yeah.
使った皿を洗いき。
Yeah, no, you're correct. It's called a sararaiki.
洗いきに入れます。
Yes, good. Perfect. Good. Tom, when I go to work, I always lock the house door.
Hataraku toki.
This is about going to work, not actually working.
Then it's before what hataraku.
No, it's not hataraku. I want a place of work that you're going to.
Kaisha ni.
Yep.
Go.
Yep.
Toki.
Yeah.
Itsumo.
Good.
Doa no ie.
Ie no do.
Doa no ie no doa.
Yeah.
O.
Yeah.
It was kagi o kakerimasu.
Kakimasu. Yeah. Kakimasu. Good. Kagi o kakimasu. Yeah, but it doesn't matter if you've got two ors here, actually. Okay, look, so now we've got the problem here. We can see where we have to be really careful of the tenses. This is where it comes up. When I went to work, I locked the house door. Kim. So let me just say, don't translate the sentence directly. Understand the meaning of what it is. It's the meaning which needs to be translated.
So it is still before you go to work
Right.
that you
right.
lock the door.
Exactly.
So it doesn't change much.
No.
Kaisha ni iku toki.
Good.
And then it is ie no doa o kahi o kakemashita.
Perfect. Exactly this. Yes. Well done. Good. Andre, when I was going to work, I saw an accident at the crossing.
会社に
Kaisha
行っているとき、
Good.
辻で
Tsuji de
事故を
jiko o
見ました。
mashita. Perfect. Well done. Good. Piotr, when I went to Japan, I met with my friends in Shinagawa.
日本に行ったとき、
Itta toki.
品川で友達と会った。Sorry, 会いました。
Good. Yeah. Tomodachi to aimashita. You can use plain or past. Doesn't really matter. Good. Konstantina, last night while I was sleeping, someone stole my car. I hope they get lots of money for it because it's worth nothing.
Okay. While I was sleeping, someone stole my car. Oh yeah, last night. You be nete iru?
Yep. Netteiru.
Okay. To steal is the naushu? No, naushu is the fix.
Nusumu.
Nusumu. Watashi no kuruma.
I need a toki here, don't I?
Ah, I see. Yeah. And then iru toki, watashi no kuruma ga
Yep.
Nusumimashita.
Okay, this means your car stole something. Naughty car.
My money. How do you say? I forgot the someone.
Yeah, so either, let's think about this. Watashi no kuruma, that can stay as it is. Now, you can either say someone stole it or my car was stolen. You can either use the active or the passive tense here, can't you? Yeah.
Okay, if I use the kuruma, if I use the passive, I need to change the kuruma ni.
No. It'd be dorobo ni. That's the person who's doing it.
Okay. Dorobo ni. Okay. Dorobo ni. It's a difficult word. Nusumeraremashita.
Nearly. So it's a group one. Nusumu. Visualize it.
Nusumeremashita.
Nusuma.
Nusumanai nusumaremashita.
Very good. Nusumaremashita. So, although I've written dorobo to mean thief, how would I say someone?
Darega.
Dareka, ne?
Dareka.
Yeah, dareka ni.
Dareka.
Good, exactly. Good. Good. Well done, Joseph. When I'm meeting my friend, we like to drink coffee.
Sumimasen.
Dozo.
You said before that when we have a time reference like today or tomorrow, that we don't add toki. So why, if we have the time reference last night, we combine it with toki?
Okay, so this bit here is a kind of announcement of roughly when this happened. What I mean by not doubling up time references, you can't say yube no toki. Yeah.
Ni makes it.
Yeah, you just say yube ni. Or, for example, ashita no toki. This doesn't make any sense. At the time of tomorrow. You just say tomorrow. But you can say ashita, benkyou suru toki, something, 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 kuruma o nusumimasu. Tomorrow. Sorry?
I also understood it like Tom said, if you use ashita, you can't use any more toki or something.
Okay. So no, what I mean is you can't add no toki against ashita, kyo, kino, like this. This is not necessary. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Glad you asked now. Joseph, while I'm meeting my friend, we'd like to drink coffee. Didn't you have this one like almost exactly before?
There, yes.
What about this one here? When I came to Japan, I bought this map at the airport.
日本に来たとき、この地図を空港で買いました。
Excellent. Well done. Cool. Any other questions, guys? That all seems to be quite straightforward, I think. Excellent. Right. Much time was countdown to re-echo. Still got a little bit of time left. Getting excited, Constantina. How long before Effie comes back? Your partner in crime.
My partner in crime, I think 7th of August is coming back. She's gonna need a week to reestablish, I think, to get back to normality.
Yeah.
Because she only sent me pictures on the beach, on the pool, drinking her ass off, you know, this kind of things, and I'm crying.
Why do you could arrange to go at the same time, can't you? Why don't you go to Greece? Although I hear it's just as hot there now as it is in Italy.
Actually, they had a very severe heat wave in Greece everywhere, and I am waiting my turn to do the vaccine, so I prefer not to travel yet.
Yeah. I sympathize. Okay, guys, let's do this actually. There's a YouTube chat, there's a YouTube thingy dobby that I want us to listen to. Now, I wonder what we should start with first. Should I tell you the lesson first, or do you want to learn from listening from her first? Constantina, what do you say?
Learn from listening.
Learn from listening first. Let's do that way. That's the harder way. But some of you already know this lesson because I kind of did it this week. But let's see. So let's just listen through it first, and then give me a second, guys. And I'm going to start through it sort of like a few minutes in. Just a second. Not a few minutes in, a little bit in. Hang on. 1:21. Just a second. Just wind it back a little bit. You can ignore the first few seconds, I think. Share sound. Okay. Sorry. Just a second. Wrong one. Can you see this lady? I can't see you guys, by the way.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
you can.
excellent. Right, so we're going to start from there. Okay, can everybody read this?
Mm-hmm.
Can anybody not read this? I can't see you guys, by the way, so you'll have to say.
Yes, I think so.
Yes.
Yeah, dake nomi shikanai. Okay, here we go. I don't want Japanese turned. I don't want English turned on. I want Japanese turned on. Japanese. 行きましょう。
That's actually going to.
と、しかです。のみはだけと同じ意味ですが、丁寧な表現で書く言葉です。しかは後ろが必ずないになります。例えば、会話の時、日曜日だけ休める。書く時、日曜日のみ休める。そして、ないの時、 日曜日しか休めない。この3つの違いをよく覚えておいてください。
Just this.
I changed my mind.
Level 2? It's actually doable.
It's what?
This is level 2 for GLPT?
Yeah. It's easy, huh?
What's
level
not
2?
as bad as expected.
It's what? Not as easy as expected.
Not as bad as expected.
Ah, no. Oh, this is only teaching though. It's not the actual test.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, Andre, what did you say? You can't hear. You're not muted, but can't hear you. One more time.
I'm just wondering, is that level 2?
I think so. What did it say on it? Yeah, N2. Yeah.
It's NICU, but it's a weird arrangement anyway. What's in NICU, what's on IonQ.
Right. Okay, let's have another. Who got 100% of that, by the way? Yep, 75 and above. Yep, 50 to 75. Oh, good, Tom. 25 to 50. 0 to 25. Piotr, what did you vote for?
Like 99.5.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay, let's listen to it again, shall we? 0 to Kim.
Yes.
Okay, let's go back. Just a second.
It's easier if you already know what Dake and Shika is. We did one time on Sunday. So.
Yeah, quite right.
And what is it?
Let me just watch it one more time through, and then then I'll explain. So, just for the time being, Kim, Dake means only, and so does Shika, and so does Nomi. These all mean only, but they're used in slightly different ways. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
You're not sharing, by the way, just in case you've been playing it.
Oh, sorry. I like just watching these things to myself.
We enjoy seeing you watching them. So.
I can send you long videos of me watching television if you like.
Okay, we can see it.
Okay, here we go.
のが、のみとしかです。のみはだけと同じ意味ですが、丁寧な表現で書く言葉です。しかは後ろが必ずないになります。例えば、会話の時、日曜日だけ休める。書く時、日曜日のみ休める。そして、ないの時、日曜日しか休めない。この3つの違いをよく覚えておいてください。
Constantina, can you mimic her voice?
Easily.
You might have a new job coming. Okay, was that easy to understand, guys? Let's get the transcript up. Yeah, I've got the transcript ready already, actually. Okay, here we go. But you guys can't see it, can you? You see that now?
Yes.
Okay. Right. So let's also expand our reading abilities. Jock, this is probably the hardest sentence. Would you mind going first?
I can't even see it. It's so small.
Let me zoom in. Hang on a second.
Okay, I got it. I've got it.
You sure? Yeah.
のみはだけと同じ意味ですが、
だけと同じ意味ですが、this is
I don't know that kanji.
this is 丁寧.
Okay, 丁寧な
And then this is 表現.
表現で書く、言葉です。
Very good. Yes, exactly. 言葉です。We'll translate that later on. Let's go through this. Tom, this next one. Shika.
And it's brackets or what?
Yep,
no,
good.
What? I don't know the kanji.
This is who can read this?
後ろが
Shuro?
後ろが
Shuroga,
必ず
Narazu.
Kanamazu. With certainty?
Yeah, good. With yeah, so yeah, must be sure.
Kanamazu. Nai.
Good. Nai, yeah.
Nai. Ni wa
This is nari.
na
Sorry,
imasen.
narimasu.
Maimasu.
Yes. Is this too small, guys, to see?
It's
Second.
somewhat on the petite size, yes.
How's that?
This
Is
is
that
better.
better? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Kim, this one.
Something ega.
Not ga, but
Ba.
ba. Yes.
Ba.
This is tatoeba.
Tatueba.
Yeah. Okay. And you might how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kim, do this line as well.
Ima.
This looks a little bit like ima. That's pretty
No?
good. This is ao to mean to meet, and when it's in its when it's a compound, it's kai. Kai.
Kai.
So if you think of taikai, this is the same kai as in taikai to mean big meeting.
Okay.
And then this here is hanasu, hanasu, which means
To speak.
yeah. So this becomes, when it's a compound, it's wa, wa. So this becomes kaiwa.
Kaiwa no.
Yeah.
Kaiwa no.
And you should remember this. I talked about this at the beginning of the lesson.
At the sun and the temple.
Yeah.
It's G.
Yep. Good. So as it's not next to a number though, I mean this to mean this is the entire thing I've been teaching for the last 3/4 of an hour. It's toki.
Toki. It's just too late. There is
then-
something with days.
Good. So this is the day, the day with the sun in it. So it must be
Monday. So that's
stupid
yes.
boy. Stupid boy.
Oh, Monday. No. Sun.
The day with the sun in it. Monday.
Zondag, hè? Zondag.
Zondag, yeah.
Sunday, I guess, is what you just said.
Yeah.
Okay, Sunday. And then here.
Sunday じゃない、先生。日曜日だ。
日曜日。
Up. Sorry. Yes, of course. Thank you. I thought, what the fuck's he talking about?
Getsu.
Getsu-yobi じゃないね。
Sorry.
Nichio.
Nichiobi is Sunday. What's he fucking talking about?
Dake.
Dake?
Dake.
Okay.
That one.
Okay, let me help. This is a person on the left. The left part of this kanji is a person, and then there's a tree, and it's a nice place to have a rest under a tree because there's a shade there you can rest under. You can rest from the sun. So this means yasumu, which means what, Kim?
Yasumu.
Yeah.
To rest.
Yeah. But this is not yasumu, but
Meru.
Good. Excellent. Yasumeru. Good. Andre?
書くとき、日曜日のみ休める。
Shall I try Sunday then again? Yachiyobi no mi yasumeru. Okay, good. And Piotr? Sorry, it's a bit of an easy one, this one.
大丈夫です。そして、ないの時。
Sorry. そして、ないの時。
That one I could have said too.
And then Constantina?
Okay. It's the same as Nichiyobi.
Yeah, exactly.
Nichiyobi.
Nichiyobi.
Shika.
Good.
Yasumenai.
Very good.
Yasumenai.
Excellent. Well done. And then finally, Joseph.
この3つの、3つの何か
This is chigai. Chigai.
違いをよく覚えておいてください。
覚えておいてください. Well done, guys. Excellent. Cool. Okay, let's go back to Jock. Can you translate your first line, please?
Nomi and dake have the same meaning, but polite speech, written
word is right.
Written word.
Yeah. So this, if I let's think about this. 丁寧な表現で sorry. 丁寧な表現で that's what changes it slightly, and also somehow it's turned on insert mode.
Impolite speech.
Yeah, impolite speech.
Boy,
yeah, kaku, it's a written word. It is the written word. Yeah.
What other kind of words do you have that aren't written?
What it means is that when you say dake, this is conversational, but if you want to express this only when you write it, you write nomi, because it's a more polite way of saying only. Yeah.
Is that comparable to indes and nodes?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And then Tom, shika wa ushiro ga kanarazu nai ni narimasu.
So shika is used always for the negative, but I don't understand ushiro.
So ushiro, what does ushiro mean?
Either back or as a time reference before.
Right. So this means at the back in this case.
At the last of the tree?
Yes.
So the last of the tree.
No, this means at the end of the sentence, really.
At the end of the sentence?
Yeah, at the back end of the sentence.
That's not a 3, that's a row.
That's not a 3, that's a row. I don't understand.
You said of the 3, but that's not a 3, that's a row.
Here.
That's hiragana ro.
You're right. That's
ushiro. If it's only the kanji, it's hato.
Yeah.
So in this case, then what is it?
So this means ushiro ga, so the ending, kanarazu nai ni narimasu.
So in the end, and kanarazu was certain.
So this means you must be sure.
You must be sure.
Yeah. Or like you said, must be sure or certain.
It becomes negative. Nai.
Yes. Yeah. Good. It becomes negative. Excellent. Good. I.e. using nai. And Kim, tatoeba?
For example?
Good. Kara no toki nichiyoubi dake yasumeru.
No, I forgot. So when...
Let's think about this. This means kai, which means meeting. This means talk, hanasu, which means talking. So this means when you meet and talk with somebody, that's called a...
Conversation.
Conversation, right.
When having a conversation.
Yep.
Sunday. Dake. And dake meant
only.
And then rest something.
Yeah, but this is yasumeru, not yasumu, but yasu.
Sunday. Only.
What form is this verb?
The plain form.
Yep, but what kind of verb is it?
Compound verb?
No. It's a simple verb.
I don't know what you're looking for.
Okay, so normally the verb is yasumu. This means to rest. What does yasumeru mean?
It's a passive form
No.
of the transitive or the intransitive?
No.
No.
No. Look what's happened. I've changed this u into an e and put ru after it.
Can.
Yeah. So this means
Sunday
Sunday.
Can rest.
I can rest. Yeah.
I can rest.
Yeah. So it means I can only rest. I can only take a rest on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when having a conversation, you would say Sunday only. You say nichiobi dake yasumeru. Okay, and we'll see how this conversation evolves.
Okay.
Andre, kaku toki nichiobi nomi yasumeru.
When it's written.
It's written.
I can only rest on Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. Rest. Sunday, but of course this is using nomi, isn't it? So this is using dake. So when you're talking, you use dake. When you're writing, you use nomi. Good. And Pyeontonk. そしてないの時. Oh, you're muted.
So not as much as when you use night, but when you mean at the time of not.
Yeah. そしてないの時、日曜日しか休めない。Yeah. So it just means and then, right?
Yeah, that's just soshite. But nai no toki. So is that what? Is that as for nai, or is that when you're using nai, or is it
when you use nai?
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when you use nai. And then Konstantina, 日曜日しか休めない. Unmute, mother.
Pressing everything else apart from the mute. I cannot rest on Sunday.
No, it doesn't actually mean this, does it? Do you remember from the lesson what this meant?
I can only.
Yep.
Because it's the sika needs to be always with nai at the end, so I
Right.
can only rest on Sunday.
Okay, so how would you say that in English, but finishing with I cannot rest on. I cannot
But
rest
on Sunday.
One more
cannot rest, but only on Sunday.
Yeah, so it's like I cannot rest on any day
On any
except
day except
Sunday. Yeah, sorry, I don't want to turn this into an English lesson, but yeah, you understood, didn't you? I can rest on any day except Sunday. Okay, and then Joseph, この3つの違いをよく覚えておいてください.
The difference between these three, please remember well.
Yes. Between these three, please remember well. Excellent. Cool. Okay. Now, do you understand how these three are used now anyway?
Nearly.
Well,
it's the shika, which I guess is probably the difficult one, right?
Not really.
So
I still have a question over the first sentence, Andy.
Okay, go ahead.
Where are we? So it's saying which is only in polite speech.
Nomi.
You can only nomi is only
Nomi.
in polite speech and only in writing.
Yes, yeah. So she actually says, is there a birthday song for getting fourth down? Just a second. In a second. Sing Happy Yondan. Ready? 1, 2. Come on. 3. Happy Yondan to you. Happy Yondan to you. Happy Yondan Teya. Happy Yondan to you.
Oh, Jesus.
Took your fucking time.
Take a rest. What are you doing here?
You're not
today?
happy.
Look, guys, let me explain something. Just a second.
She only won gold. Of course, she's not happy.
Just look at these lines under her eyes. What does this tell you about last night?
It was good. It was good.
Sayonara
How
party.
much did you drink? Is your liver okay? In German.
Omisuginai.
Not even.
Ah,
Oh, Jesus.
what fun, huh? See, drinking's fun.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, back to it. Taya,
Okay.
you've just joined us in the lesson of dake, nomi, and shika.
Okay.
What? Just sit there quietly. Just sit there quietly.
I'm good at that. Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, yeah. So Jock, she says nomi wa. So as for nomi, it has the same meaning as dake, but as it's a polite expression, it's a word that's used when writing. It's
Only
used-
in writing, no. It doesn't imply that, does it?
I've heard people use nomi in speech as well, but I think what she means is that when you're writing this, you should really use nomi and not dake
Okay, yes.
to mean
Okay.
only. Yeah, yeah. Right, we'll come back to the YouTube video on this, but let's just quickly understand exactly what she is saying. Right. I can only speak Spanish. Let's call him Pedro can only speak Spanish. In fact, I'm going to put Pedro first. And this is spoken. And then this is going to be written. And Spanish, and Spanish is the only language I cannot speak. Okay. These are all different. For obvious reasons. Jock, this is spoken. Pedro can only speak Spanish.
Pedro-sanは
Pedro-san wa
スペイン語だけ
dake
話せます。
yes, hanasemasu. Okay. Everybody clear with that? All good? Kim?
So the ga, normally you would say Spain go ga.
Sorry,
Ga.
you're right. I just forgot to type it. Sorry, I just forgot to type it. Yeah, you're correct.
It's not
Yeah.
that the ga is changed by dake.
No. Spangle. Oh, sorry, Spangle. Sorry, no, it is. Dake is a particle. Dake, nomi, and shika are all particles, so we don't need to mark ga.
Okay, so it
replaced
is.
it. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, everybody okay so far? Okay. Now, Pedro can only speak Spanish written. Tom?
Pedro-san wa
Pedro.
Spain go
Hey.
nomi
Nomi?
hanasemasu.
Hanasemasu. Okay, good. This is all fine. Now, okay, this is perfect actually. Kim, I can only speak Spanish.
Written or spoken?
Spoken, please.
Spain go dake hanasemasu.
Spain go dake hanasemasu. Right, I'm just for clarity, I'm going to put at the beginning watashi wa, just to make it clear. Yeah. Okay. Now, if you said this is grammatically absolutely fine. The only thing is that it's quite typical in Japanese to understate your abilities. So rather than saying I can only, yeah, exactly. So rather than saying I can only speak Spanish, what people usually say is I can't speak anything but Spanish, to sort of limit your abilities, to make yourself appear modest. So this is where, Kim, do you want to have a try?
Watashi wa
Yeah.
Spain go shika
Good.
hanasemasen.
Perfect.
No.
Exactly
Yes.
this. Exactly this. Yeah, perfect. Hanasemasen. I can't speak anything but Spanish. All right, so far? Okay, that was the easy bit. How about this? Andre. This is almost... Dozo. Spain go.
スペイン語のみ
Nomi. Let's do it.
話せません。
Let's do it spoken first, and we'll come back to Nomi in a second because I know where you're probably going with this.
スペイン語だけ
Yeah.
話せません。
Perfect. Hanasemasen. Exactly. Okay. Can you guys see all of the differences now? Yeah. Kim, I'm going to require a walk like an Egyptian to confirm that you're good with this. Very good. Nice. Good. 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 Okay. So Nomi. I've actually heard this used in spoken as well, and I will have to come back to it maybe later. But maybe either Jock or Andre can either might be able to reference this as well. I've heard Nomi being used in spoken to mean nothing but, to not only say only, but actually really nothing but that. Like, yeah, like if you said yesterday we only practiced Mai once, sounds like a European EIDO Championships, then you'd say Kino Iponme Mai Ikkai Nomi Keiko shimashita. So not just to say we only did number one, to say we did nothing but number one. Yeah. Have you, Jock, Andre, have you heard this kind of use of it?
Yes.
You have?
Sort of.
It's nothing but it's not one time.
One time, Joseph?
Like, it still has ikkai, so it still has one time in it.
Yeah, exactly.
But we don't take it as a one time, we take it as like just that.
I mean, it means literally we only did Mai once. So it includes ikkai as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hi.
yeah. But it's not just saying we only did number one once. It means we did nothing but number one once.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's pointing at the absence of everything else rather than pointing at the singularity of the thing which is there. Yeah.
Hey.
Pyeongtong, you're looking pensive and maybe thoughtful. Comment?
I'm trying to understand anything.
I've got really bad wind at the moment, and I'm just trying not to make it too loud.
Trying not to unmute myself by accident. Yeah.
Okay, so
this is why I found that this kind of Nomi, only for written, a bit strange, because I'm sure I've heard it in conversation.
I think I've as well. I think what it maybe does is that by writing Nomi, it makes it really not just polite, but also, how can I say, really distinctly limiting to that one thing. Like saying nothing but this rather than only this. Yeah. But I'll try and look up if that Nomi does have that added meaning like we've got here to mean nothing but, and then we can talk about it next week. Yeah. Okay, with that, guys, let's listen to the YouTube video again, and let's see if we can get our comprehension up. Do you want to read the transcript again? Yeah, okay. It starts there. So, nomi wa dake to onaji imi desu ga, teinei na hyougen de kaku kotoba desu. So nomi and dake have the same meaning, but in polite speech, this is the written word. Shika wa ushuro ga kanarazu nai ni narimasu. As for shika, in the ending, you must be sure, certain, it becomes negative. Tatoeba, for example, kaibu no toki nichiyoubi dake yasumeru. Kaku toki nichiyoubi nomi yasumeru. Soshite nai no toki nichiyoubi shika yasumenai. Kono mitsu no chigai o yoku oboete oite kudasai. Let's watch it. Piotr, dozo.
Could you scroll back to the first sentence, please?
Sure.
Now that we read it again, so the way we translated it is nomi and dake have the same meaning, but in polite speech it is a written word.
Yeah.
I'm assuming nomi, as for nomi, it has the same meaning as dake, but it's the word used in written speech.
Yeah, right, exactly. It's the same meaning as dake. So we should, if we got wa here, a good way to kind of express this in English to say as for nomi, to make this the clear. It has the same meaning as dake.
So what would you use if you wanted to say nomi and dake have the same meaning?
Nomi
Dake wa?
Nomi to dake wa onaji imi desu.
Okay,
Yeah, so pair them up and then say they mean the same thing.
As for these two,
Yeah.
Thank you.
You need
Okay.
to finish the sentence properly, don't you? But in polite speech, it is the written word. That's a bit.
It's yeah. So kaku. It is a word which is written, right? It is the word which is written. I think this means because it is polite speech. This there, because it is polite speech, it is the word you use when writing.
Mm.
Yeah.
That reads better, doesn't it?
Yeah. Although it's only the meaning that's really important to us at the moment. We don't have to worry too much about the English being right or wrong. Okay, let's watch it first without the transcript and listen to it. Sorry guys, you can't see that, can you?
Actually, we could. You just turned it off now.
Oh, sorry. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, don't worry about this first sentence here.
よく出てくるのが、のみとしかです。のみはだけと同じ意味ですが、丁寧な表現で書く言葉です。しかは、後ろが必ずないになります。例えば、会話の時、日曜日だけ休める。書くとき、日曜日のみ休める。そして、ないのとき、日曜日しか休めない。この3つの違いをよく覚えておいてください。
Constantina, where have you gone? I'd now like you to, in your best, sweetest sounding Japanese, I'd like you to read that last line. Hang on. Kenji Rieko, spoiler. Damn. Sorry.
We didn't see him.
Click on that. Okay. Can you see this? この3つの違いをよく覚えておいてください。はい、どうぞ。
この3つの違いをよく覚えておいてください。
かわいい
The face of Taya is like.
Taya, would you like to challenge Constantina's Japanese cuteness?
Yes, she would.
Yes, she would. Let's give you a good one to work on. Hang on. Let's see. Just a sec.
Too bad if he's not here. She would have.
I know. She'd kick her asses, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
This first one, maybe, Taya. 飲みはだけと同じ意味ですが、丁寧な表現で書く言葉です。 はい、どうぞ。
のみはだけと同じ意味ですが、丁寧な表現で書く言葉です。
Pretty good, pretty good.
But not cute.
I tell you, I think I'm going to get you a helium balloon, and we can do this with breathing in helium and try it this way.
I don't have a high-pitched voice.
I kind of noticed.
It's the low.
I think if I use the
Bass.
helium, only dogs can hear me.
So Andy, should we use sulfur hexafluoride?
Will that make us go low?
Yes.
So only whales can hear us. That's you, Tom. Okay, let's. I know you've only come to do the Rieko and Kenji episode. That's the only reason why you've come here. So let's get on it. Let's see. I haven't really got many big choice of Riekos, really. Constantina, would you like to go first with Rieko? And Kim, you can do the first. No? Come on. Okay, I'll go first, and then I'll pass it up to somebody else on the next paragraph. Right.
Read it, Kim, then you don't have to translate it.
Exactly.
But I can't read if I don't know what I'm reading.
That's true. Yeah. Okay, so they have just about finished breakfast with Kenji feeling a little bit hungover. Maybe Taya, maybe you should play.
That's unkind.
I'm not hungover. Come on.
You're just tired.
Well, it's been a long weekend.
Yeah, we call this tired and emotional.
As a newt.
Oh, that's neat.
Tired and emotional as a newt. Okay, you got it, Constantina? Do you want to have a quick read through before we start? Just give me a chance to move my windows around. Okay. Tutti bene?
Tutto okay.
Tutto okay. Okay, here we go. じゃあ、今日どこに行きましょうか？
実は嵐山にいたことがないんですが、どうですか？
どうでしょうか？
どうでしょうか？
いいね。僕は小さい頃だけいたんですが。
じゃあ、決まりです。いたときどの辺にいたんですか？
覚えてるのは、竹林の象形や猿山やおこち山荘庭園ぐらいですね。
ああ、夢だね。見に行きたいな。
電車で行くのは楽しいけれど、バスで行った方が早いと思
う。うん、乗り放題パスもあるんですね。
乗り放題。そうだ。
では、ケンジさん。昼食はもうI need to remember this. 朝食はもう十分ですか？
コーヒーをもう一杯飲んだ方がいいかな？
どうぞ。じゃあ、時間で9時半に会いましょうか。
いいですね。後でね。
また後で。
はい。Okay. Let's go a little bit slower. There's probably going to be quite a few words in there, guys, that are place names. So, for example, Chikurin no Shoke, Saruyama, and Okochi Sanso are all places in Kyoto. Don't worry about it.
I think I was still having a stroke at the moment.
Okay, a little bit slower this time, Constantina. じゃあ、今日どこに行きましょうか？
実は嵐山にいたことがないんですが、どうでしょうか？
いいね。僕は小さい頃だけいたんですが。
じゃあ、
決まりです。いたときどの辺にいたんですか？
覚えているのは、竹林の象形や猿山やおこち山荘庭園ぐらいですね。
ああ、夢だね。見に行きたいな。
電車で行くのは楽しいけれど、バスで行った方が早いと思う。
うん、乗り放題バスもあるんですね。
そうだ。
では、ケンジちゃん、朝食はもう十分ですか？
コーヒーをもう一杯飲んだ方がいいかな。
どうぞ。じゃあ、玄関でクジアンに会いましょうか？
いいですね。後でね。
また後で。
はい。Okay. Constantina, can I just give you a little bit of advice about pronunciation? There's just two sounds which you are a little bit unclear, which might be worth giving a little bit of emphasis. One is H at the beginning of a word. Try and make it quite distinct. So, for example, Kujihan. Try and stretch the ha a little bit. So it's Kujihan, Kujihan. It should clearly come out as a han rather than Kujian. Yeah. And the other one was and the letter J.
I have a problem with the Italians because the Italians, they pronounce it different.
Sure,
and
sure.
I completely forgot how they say it. So
Yeah.
it's good. How is the G?
So if you go to the second line, it's Jitsua. Jitsu.
Jitsua. Sorry.
That's funny. Your JI sounds like a motorbike going past.
Imagine that.
Can you say Jitsu one more time?
Jitsu.
And one more time, Constantina.
Zitsu.
And again.
Oh, Jitsu.
That's better. Yeah, harden the J a little bit, and also make the ts with your teeth rather than with your tongue.
Okay.
So it's not it's not jitsu, it's jitsu, jitsu, jitsu.
Jitsu.
Yeah, jitsu.
Okay.
Okay.
So the ga, the ga is not ja. Okay.
That was ja at the beginning. Yeah.
No, because because in the Italians, if there is a vowel next to the G, it's changing. Sorry for that.
I understand. I understand. It's the same with lots of other languages in Europe, isn't it? That the J becomes a Y or an H. Yeah, no problem. Okay, let's go through it really slowly this time. Okay, here we go. じゃあ、今日どこに行きましょうか？
実は嵐山にいたことがないんですが、どうでしょうか？
いいね。僕は小さい頃だけ行ったんですが。
じゃあ、決まりです。いた時どの辺にいたんですか？
覚えているのは、竹林の象形や猿山やおこち山荘庭園ぐらいですね。
ああ、夢だね。見に行きたいな。
電車で行くのは楽しいけれども、バスで行った方が早いと思
う。乗り放題パスもあるんですね。
そうだ。
では、ケンジちゃん、朝食はもう十分ですか？
コーヒーをもう一杯飲んだ方がいいかな。
どうぞ。玄関で9時半に会いましょうか。
Good. いいですね。後でね。
また後で。
Okay, how's that, guys? Cool.
Where's the sexy part?
It's first thing in the morning, you dirty bastard.
Coffee.
It's because I haven't written anything yet. That's why it's still.
The only hot thing was the coffee.
Yeah.
Which was drunk at the breakfast.
I think there's something vaguely sexual about hot coffee. Ah, it's from GTA San Andreas, wasn't it? Hot coffee. Does anybody know that little? You know it, Piotr?
Yeah, the hot coffee patch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Some part in Canada. Hey,
One more time, Tom.
some big part in Canada. GTA, the grand area of Toronto.
Tom, your sound's kind of breaking off.
GTA is Grand
GTA
Theft
was
Auto.
Yeah.
Grand Toronto area. Yeah, but it was another post of someone was trying to buy a joint in Canada.
Okay, right, let's go through these. Jock, would you like to go first? じゃあ、今日どこに行きましょうか?
Well, where should we go today?
Shall we go today? And Tom, 実は嵐山に行ったことがないんですが、どうでしょうか?
Is Jitsu me?
No, this means who can help? 実は
Actually,
actually, or honestly is fine as well.
Arashiyama is a place.
Good. Arashiyama.
When we will go to Arashima. So
No.
When we are there.
No, read again.
It's
not Toki, it's Koto.
So Koto is making a noun of the part that is before the Koto.
Mm-hmm. Think about it. This is Arashiyama ni itta koto ga arimasen.
Not going to Arashiyama?
Kim, do you want to help?
I haven't had the experience to go to.
Right.
Yeah.
The roles have reversed. Now, first when we met, you were the master.
Big expectations. Yeah. Koto ga arimasen. Yes.
Yeah. And then Tom, she says, "Do deshou ka?"
How about you?
Yeah. How about it, or how about you? It doesn't really specify that. Yeah. Good. Kim, いいね。僕は小さい頃だけ行ったんですか? So there should be double T here.
It's good.
Yeah. Good idea.
It sounds good, or is a good idea.
Yeah. Just so I can help you a little bit. Koro and toki almost mean the same thing.
Okay, when I was small.
Yep.
And that's the only dake. I went there.
Yep. Yeah. So I only went there. This means I only went there when I was much smaller. When I was much younger. Yeah. Good. Andre, じゃあ決まりです。いたときどの辺に行ったんですか?
Then it's decided. When you were there.
Yep. So when you went.
Where else did you go?
Yeah. So this donohen means it's like another way of saying doko, isn't it? But it's saying what place did you go to? Which place? What places did you go to?
Which places?
Really.
Yeah. Donohen. So hen, this means this hen is like area, isn't it? Area. So which areas did you go to? You could say itatoki doko ni itan desu ka? But this now says when you went, where did you go? Yeah, that's okay. You could say that as well. Itatoki doko ni itan desu ka? But donohen kind of separates out the. For example, if you said Arashiyama ni ikimashita, and then the other person says Itatoki doko ni ikimashita ka? You'd say Arashiyama. Does that make sense? So somebody says, where did you go? And you say, Arashiyama. And they say, when you went, where did you go? Arashiyama. Right. Pyeongdong. Oboeteiru no wa chikuri no shou. All of these, don't worry about translating them, but oboeteiru no wa.
I'm not actually sure about this. Oboeteiru is to remember. As in, are you remembering?
Yeah.
But no wa.
Yeah. So they're marking this as what?
Oh, as for what I remember.
Right. Yeah.
So they went to 3 places: Chikuri no Shoke, Saruyama. So sorry, Monkey Mountain.
Yep.
And Okochi Sansote, and then Gurai Desne is approximately these 3.
Right. Good. Yeah. Sansote. Approximately these 3. Good. Constantina. Yume da ne. Mini ikitai na.
It's a dream, Yume.
That's Yume. 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 This is Yume. Yume. Do you know this word?
No.
Taya?
Famous.
Famous. So this is famous. I want to go. Me too. I want to go. Me.
Yeah. I want to
go there.
Yeah. Or mini kitai, like I want to go and see. I want to go and see them. Good. Joseph. 電車で行くのは楽しいけれど、バスで行った方が早いと思う。Say the best one for you, Joseph.
Right. It's fun to go and see with the train, but with the bus it's faster.
Yes.
I think.
Good. Excellent. Perfect.
With a very non-English sentence, but yeah.
Oh, this is fine. That's fine. That's my job. Can everybody understand the parts of that sentence that make it into that sentence? Yeah. Kim, you okay? Tom, you okay? Yeah, cool. And then Taya, 乗り放題パスもあるんですね。
Yes. There is
correct.
all you can ride pass.
Yeah, we have them, right?
Isn't there?
Yeah, we have them.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have the
all you can ride pass.
All you can ride passes, don't we? Good. Soda is obviously, of course. And then Jock. では、ケンジちゃん、朝食はもう十分ですか?
Right, Kenji-chan. Have you had enough breakfast?
Yeah.
Or plenty of breakfast, or enough breakfast, yeah.
Good. 朝食はもう十分ですか? So this means enough or adequate. And then Tom. コーヒーをもう一杯飲んだ方がいいかな?
I wonder if I have one more cup of coffee?
Yeah, if I should have. Yeah, so 飲んだ方がいい means.
方がいい, it's better?
Yeah, good. If it's better.
Comparison, that's the best.
Yes.
That's the one.
Good. Another cup of coffee.
So is he implying she's boring?
Well, what happened last night? Kim?
I have a question.
Sure.
The thing, I wonder, where is that coming from?
So if you create create any statement and leave it in the plain form, for example, I will go to Tokyo and leave it in the plain form. So this would be Tokyo ni iku. Okay, like this. If you want to say wonder, maybe if I will go to Tokyo. So this part of the sentence here from here to here. This is all adding uncertainty, isn't it? It's just a way in English of making it uncertain. I wonder if possibly I might go. Yeah, this is all expressed simply putting kana at the end of the sentence.
Kana. Oh.
Yeah, yeah, really useful kind of easy thing to add. Unless you're a lady, in which you say, and I'm not actually suggesting you should say it, you should maybe just stick with kana if you want. It's kashira. Kashira. I wonder.
Suka kana.
One time?
Suka kana.
Suka?
Ska.
Oh, ska.
Suka kashira.
Sorry, I thought you were speaking Polish then, Piotr, and you said suka kana.
Not suka.
Suka kana. Okay, where were we? Kim, I think you're next, aren't you? どうぞ。じゃあ、玄関で9時半に会いましょうか。
Please go ahead.
Good.
Like, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only word you might not know is this one, Genkan.
Yes.
This means lobby or entrance hall. That's all. Yeah.
So I shall wait for you at the QG 9.5 in the lobby.
Yeah, in the lobby at 9:30. She doesn't say I'll wait for you, but she says I'm Ashoka.
I'm sure. Let's meet. Let's meet.
Yeah, good. With the ka at the end.
Shall we meet
Yes.
in the lobby at
Perfect.
9:30?
You got it. You got it. Okay, and then Andre, if you could just do these two.
I'm not sure how to translate いいですね。
いいですね. I'll just say fine.
Fine.
Whatever.
Fine, whatever.
After there.
See you later.
Yeah. See you later. And then
Laters, dude.
laters. And then Mata Atode is also laters. Cool. Good. Okay. Any questions so far, guys? We've got another paragraph in this, I think. Okay, let's go on. Taya, feeling particularly Reiko-ish? Rieko-ish, rather?
Hi.
Hi.
But no cuteness voices from me. Sorry.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Can't do it.
Perhaps we'll get Tom to do your cuteness voice instead.
I don't have it in me. I can still do Rieko.
Let's see. Piotr, do you want to be Kenji?
I might do Rieko as well. Just about right. Sure.
Please do a reverse. Piotr doing Rieko, Tea's doing Kenji.
Yeah, do you want to do it? Okay, I'll leave it to you guys.
Yes.
I'll send it to you guys. You decide if you're going to do that. Okay. I don't want to be made responsible for some kind of gender miscalculation.
So, Taya, up to you. Want to start or shall I start?
Do it.
Okay.
How you want?
Kenji!
Sorry, just before we start. This is now in the lobby. Later. はい、どうぞ。
後で、玄関で。
はい。
ケンジ、ここにいるよ。
ああ、お待たせ。行こうか。
Jesus。
行こう。
また、ちょっと暑いですね。
そうですね。日焼けしないように気をつけましょう。
Sorry, that should be skemasho. Sorry.
Yeah, I thought sounds.
Yeah.
日焼けしないように気をつけましょう。
昨日僕はちょっと日焼けされたんだ。
そうですか？痛くないですか？
あまり、でも 今日日焼け止めをちゃんとつけた。
正解ですよ。ここは千葉より日差しが強いんですよ。
気をつける。あ、バス乗り場はあそこだ。あら、あのバスです。走ろう。
I loved your Amari. Amari.
あまり。
Fuck off.
I think how good he is at that, though, isn't it? Oh, yeah.
Oh dear.
Trying to take up the role here.
It's really good. It's really, both of you. Although you said a bit more like my auntie, Piotr, rather than some sort of young salary woman.
Yeah, but I heard some attraction from Rieko towards Kenji.
Well, she's back to Kenji-chan, so you know.
Yeah.
Ooh
Okay.
la la.
Ooh la la. Okay, let's go through this just a tad before we do an evaluation. Let's go through this just a little bit slower. Hey, Dodo.
ケンジ、ここにいるよ。
ここにいるよ。
あ、お待たせ。行こうか。
行こう。
Still better than Ikuyo. I mean,
またちょっと暑いですね。
そうですね。日焼けしないように気をつけましょう。
うん。昨日僕はちょっと日焼けされたんだ。
そうですか？痛くないですか？
あまり。でも今日日焼け止めはちゃんとつけた。
正解ですよ。ここは千葉より日差しが強いんですよ。
気をつける。あ、バス乗り場はあそこだ。あら、あのバスですよ。あのバスです。走ろう。
this is like a perfect tsundere. I mean, Kitea, come on.
Have you
I
thought about-
take full responsibility for this. I did it. I brought this to myself.
So, have you ever thought about taking up a part as a double for Toshiro Mifune in
はい。
Amari? 気をつけろ。気をつける。
気をつけろ。
Okay, guys, how do we do? 100%, anybody? Good. 75 to 50, 75 to 100. Cool. 50 to 75. Good. 25 to 50. Yeah. Oh, cool. So nobody got below 25%.
One more time.
Yeah. Let's
One
do
more
it.
time.
Let's do it really slowly so the whales can hear you. And Tom.
ケンジ、ここにいるよ。
お待たせ。行こうか。
行こう。
またちょっと暑いですね。
そうですね。日焼けしないように気をつけましょう。
うん。昨日僕はちょっと日焼けされたんだ。
そうですか？痛くないですか？
あまり。でも。Andy, stop laughing.
そっくり似てるね。
あまり。でも今日日焼け止めをちゃんとつけた。
正解ですよ。ここは千葉より日差しが強いんですよ。
気をつける。ああ、バス乗り場はあそこだ。あら、あのバスです。走ろう。
My God, it's just like watching
かっこいい
Sanjuro. すごいでしょ
もう一回だけ。
Okay, we're going to do it with the thing. Rieko, yesterday I found you quite attractive, but today somehow it's not there anymore.
No sweet talk.
Somehow the bloomers and the Wellington boots aren't doing it for me. Okay, right, let's put this here. Sokurida. Okay, one more time, guys. We do fairly natural speed. Hai, dozo.
Kenji, ここにいるよ。
ああ、お待たせ。行こうだ。行こうか。
行こう。
また、ちょっと暑いですね。
そうですね。日焼けしないように気をつけましょう。
うん。昨日僕はちょっと日焼けされたんだ。
そうですか？痛くないですか？
あまり。でも、今日、日焼け止めをちゃんとつけた。
正解ですよ。ここは千葉より日差しが強いんですよ。
気をつける。ああ、バス乗り場はあそこだ。あら、あのバスです。走ろう。
Oh, it's exciting!
あらあら。
There aren't any women here, are there? No, 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 no.
I don't know why, but I don't know if you ever seen Attack on Titan, but Thea had the Levi. I can remember Levi, the face. I don't know if you have seen this anime,
seen
Attack
it,
on
no.
Titan.
I'm just seeing.
Captain Levy, really?
I'm just hearing Toshiro Mifune in a samurai flick. あのバスです。走ろう。
走ろう。
すごい。はい、OK。ぴょんちゃん。どうぞ。Tak. Pyeongchang. You're Pyeongchang.
Kenji, I'm over here.
Oh fuck. I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna try and forget about it. I wonder if I can get away. Konsolinka. Ah, omatase ikoka.
Thank you for waiting for me.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Should we go?
Waiting for me. Shall we go? And then obviously iko is just ikimashou, right? So let's go. Te-chan. Teodono. またちょっと暑いですねと英語で通訳していただけませんでしょうか。
Sorry. Oh my God.
So we meet again, Obi-Wan.
Indeed. It's a little bit hot, isn't it?
Again, right? Again. It's a little hot again. A little hot. Joseph? そうですね。日焼けしないように気をつけましょう。
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Let's not get sunburned.
Yeah, good. Let's be careful to not get sunburned. Oh, good. Well done. Everybody understand this? We've done this before. Hiyake shinai yoni. Got yoni in here. In order to, for the purpose of not getting sunburned, ki o tsukemashou. Let's be careful. Jock. 昨日僕はちょっと日焼けされたんだ。
日焼けされたんだ。
Yeah. Okay. Yesterday I got a little sunburned.
Sunburned. Yeah.
されたん。
されたんだね。Yeah. sareta, hiyake sareta. So hiyake shimashita means, well, this could have been hiyake shita or hiyake sareta. One is saying I sunburned, the other one is saying I got sunburned. Doesn't really matter in this case. Yeah. Tom, so desu ka? Itakunai desu ka?
That's so. It's not painful, is it?
Yeah, good. It's not painful, is it? Kim, Kenji, amari, demo, amari. Taya, come on, let's do it one more time.
Amari.
Kowai. Amari, demo, kyou hiyake dome o chanto tsuketa.
Amari, I don't have any idea.
We've used amari before, though, right? Amari.
Yeah, I think
quite a few times.
Usually with a verb, right?
Yeah, yeah, or even an adjective as well. For example, you could say atsukunai, which means atsukunai desu. What does this mean, Kim?
It was hot.
Not atsukunai.
It wasn't.
But it's in the present.
It isn't hot.
Yes, and if you put amari, this means. Remember now?
No.
It
No
wasn't
idea.
hot.
But it's not very hot.
Not yet.
It's not. No, it just means it's not very hot. So you can't say totemo atsukunai desu. You can't just simply say very hot isn't. This doesn't work with a negative here. You can't use totemo and then have a negative at this point here.
Wouldn't that be? It's like totally not hot.
Yeah, right. like whatever. So,
Kyoto's doing better woman than me.
Oh, come on.
And me.
and me.
And me.
Yeah, so where you've got this negative, you can't use totemo. Okay, so amari demo kyou hiyakidome o chanto tsuketa.
So he's answering. It's not painful, or
yeah, it's like saying not very.
Not very.
Amari. Amari.
Demo. That's also. I always forget the one. Because of something today. Although today sunburn. Blah blah blah.
Okay, so here we go. This is just a guess test, Kim. So you won't have been taught this, but try and have a guess. Hiyake is sunburn, right? We know that.
Yes.
Bit.
Yes.
Dome. I'm testing your. Yeah, exactly. Tsubadome, sodome. These are all words you know from Iaido.
Oops.
Oh yes.
It was red sodomy.
Yeah, sheshu. Have you done Nokuden yet, Kim?
Trick question.
No, I don't think so.
Nani?
Okuden to nani? Have you done standing okuden in your koryu yet?
No.
Jesus, they really hold you back in Belgium, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
What? You're almost Godan. What?
Being recorded, guys.
Okay. Do you know what tsubadome is? Right. You're mused at the moment.
Tsubamoto. Something like Tsubamoto.
No. Tsubadome is the rubber thing that goes on to stop the tsuba from moving on a box.
Okay.
So if I use the word stop, it's a stopper, dome. So hiyake dome means
it stops being sunburn.
Yeah, and like, we call this
it's like a lotion.
Zonnebrandcrème.
Yeah.
So I think we call this sunblock, right?
Sunblock. Sunblock. Yes.
Yeah. Sunblock. Oh, chanto. This is
to apply it, or
sketta is yes. Sketta is I've applied. Chanto. Do you remember this word?
No.
Were you in my hiragana class this week?
Only on Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yeah, we did this word then. Ah, no, we didn't. We did kichinto. We did kichinto, which is the same meaning. Chanto means properly applied.
Properly applied.
Yeah, yeah. So chanto is a little bit chanto u desu ka? Chanto u desu ka? Chanto desu ka? Chanto u desho.
So he's saying that he applied sunblock properly today.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
That's
Chanto. Sorry, Tom.
Do we also use chanto for adequately?
That'd be jubun. You could say jubun in this case. Jubun skimashita.
Not chanto's not adequately also. I thought chanto doesn't mean adequately. No, that's wrong.
So chanto and kichinto, these both mean properly. Jubun ni means adequately. So there are times when you could interchange these, but they don't mean exactly the same thing. Yeah.
So properly is more correct, not enough, but more correct.
Exactly. So if you chanto says diligently, seriously, earnestly.
I thought we use it for the sayabiki when you do sayabiki adequately.
That's jubun, not chanto.
That's jubun.
Yeah.
But for the sunbird, it doesn't work.
Well, if you said I adequately put sunblock on, it sounds like he's describing how he's smeared all over his body, and he's going to give us some description about it. Jubun skimashita yo. Would you like to see where I applied it? Would you like to see where I didn't apply it?
Too much information.
Exactly.
Oh no, can't you tell me where does the sun don't shine?
Oh dear. Okay, Andre. 正解ですよ。ここは千葉より日差しが強いんですよ。
Oh, it's a correct solution.
Yeah. So yeah, let's just think about this for a second. Seikai means correct, doesn't it, Andre? Seikai.
Yes.
Yeah, correct. So what she actually means here is kind of that's the appropriate thing to do, right? Yeah. ここは千葉より日差しが強いんですよ。
The sunlight here is stronger than in Chiba.
Yeah, good. In Chiba. And then Pyeongchang. Pyeongchang. Let's get it. Cute. Taya, come on, one last time.
気をつける。あ、バス乗り場はあそこだ。あら、あのバスです。走ろう。
走ろう。Oh, dear.
I'll be careful.
I'll be careful.
Ah, the bus stop's over there.
Stop. Yep.
Ara. It's that bus.
Yeah, so, it's a bus.
Walk.
Oh, hashiro.
Is that run?
Run. Yeah.
Run.
Run. It's fun, isn't it? When Taya says it in Japanese, it sounds like a kind of like a script out of a samurai movie. And then you hear it in English and it's like, oh, I'll be careful. The bus stop's over there. Oh, it's that bus. Run. Doesn't quite have the same impact.
Yeah, English is lame.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. Sounds much better in Japanese. Yeah.
Hashiro.
Hashiro.
Sorry.
Amari.
Amari.
Cool. All done. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
お疲れ様でした。
お疲れ様でした
Hang on, before we go, we've got to listen to Taya saying it in her Toshiro Mifune.
楽しかった。
Yeah, you're gonna break his chair.
Yeah, I really felt the feeling in that, Taya. 楽しかった。
楽しかった。
I want to do it as a ringtone on my phone.
Okay, guys. See you later. Jenny.
Bye-bye.
Matane.
Bye-bye.
Matane.
またね。
Matane.
またね。
またね。じゃあ、またね。